Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to Building Me. I am so excited for this year for a lot of different reasons. Lately, the past couple of months, or last few months, I've been seeing so many posts about 2026 is going to be a financial breakthrough for you. And I just kept saying, amen. I said it to myself so many times because I really believe that. I really believe 2026 is going to be a great year for me financially, or at least I'm praying it's going to be, because 2025 was a bit rough for me financially, not going to lie. A lot of good things happened, but ups and downs, like life, there's going to be, like the Bible says, we're going to face trials and tribulations, but we should take heart because God has already overcome it all. There is a certain lifestyle that I do want to live and have. So, just praying that I'm able to be successful, be wealthy, and be able to use that money to give back to my people, my community, and anyone else in any way, that I'm able to give back. And use that to do God's will. So yeah, aside from that, it's gonna be a great year because my sister is getting married to her best friend. So I think that's that's going to definitely be a highlight for me. I'm gonna be in Nigeria from ending of March to let's say beginning to mid-April. Super, super, super excited because weddings in Nigeria, top tier. And if you know my sister and if you know her man, plus their wedding in Nigeria, speechless is all I can say. Speechless. So if you have me on Instagram, you're definitely going to live vicariously through me because I'm going to post a lot and it's going to feel like you're there. So that's one wedding out of 5 that I'm already invited to. So yeah, we're in the season of engagements, marriages, and I'm just so happy for everyone that has gotten engaged in the past year, in the past few months. Getting engaged this year, gonna be engaged very soon, getting married this year, getting married next year, whatever it is, praying that God blesses each and every couple's union. So I'm so excited for a lot of different things, mainly to celebrate my sister, my people, and myself financially, and however else God's gonna shock me this year. One thing that I talked about last year, I got rid of the ideology of, vision boards, because I used to idolize vision boards heavy, and I realized, Glory, you don't even look at your vision board. What's the point of a vision board if you don't even look at it? And then because I've done a lot of self-reflection in 2025 and I've really understood myself in a really deep way, I understood that if I don't see something, because I have 1,000 different other things in my head, that one thing that I'm supposed to be working on may be like a fly on the wall and maybe something that I don't end up doing for a very long time until I see it again. So stuff like that can happen. And I just realized the last vision board I made, the only things I've done is I traveled to Calgary and I traveled to Nigeria. And I think 1 or 2 other things, but it wasn't much. But I really want to make 2026, it's crazy because my brokerage, we had our end of the year party in December, beginning of December. The theme of 2026 was the year of skills. And it was whoa, because one thing I realized about myself is that you know what to do already, but now it's time to implement it and actually do the work. And that's where your skills are really going to come into play. I have a lot of really good skills, but sometimes there are skills that, I know I need to work on and I need to be 10 times better at. So 2026, if I don't implement these skills, it's just going to be another year of 2025. And 2025 was a great year. I am really multifaceted and I'm really skilled at a lot of different things, but I think 2026 is the year where I need to focus on one skill, implement it as many times as I can, and perfect it. And my friend sent me this video. It was a TED Talk by Stephen Doran, or Darren. I think it's Dernin. And then I remembered, I've actually watched this video before. And it was such a good video because he was talking about how to basically how to do the things we really want to do. And he was able to accomplish so many things. I think it was 2024. He was able to accomplish 24 New Year's resolution The title of the video is How to Achieve Your Most Ambitious Goals. Stephen Donier, Duneier. Stephen is Stephen. And I watched it, and then I remembered, oh, I've watched this video before. And then so I think the next day I watched it again twice, because the same thing he was talking about was the same thing that was spoken about when I read the book Atomic Habits. The same exact thing, implementing little skills that will take you far. And they talked about the 5-minute rule. If you are like me, you're going to definitely need to implement the 5-minute rule. I actually started doing this. Like, I do it here and there, but I forget about it because I just get in my head, I get really anxious and stuff, and I don't know, I just like prioritize other stuff. But I really did this the day I watched that video, like mid-December of 2025, I implemented it that day. Even though it took me like 2 hours to actually start implementing it, I was like, Glory, I got tired of myself. I'm like, Glory, what is wrong with you? It's just 5 minutes. Start the timer and let's get something done. Like, I was so annoyed with myself because I was just scrolling on Instagram, finding other things to do, but the thing I needed to do. And so if you have that same like issue with yourself, it's really going to take you getting tired of not doing the thing you said you're going to do. Like, you have to get annoyed, you have to get tired, you have to get pissed off at yourself, at whatever the situation is, to really see a change and to really see a shift and to really do, or at least start doing the thing you want to do. So for me, it was that I put my phone on D&D, I started the 5-minute timer, and I was able to like accomplish almost 5 to 10 tasks that I said I was going to do that day. It didn't have to be like reading a whole book, but it was like, I really want to start reading and studying more real estate. I set the timer to do that. I set the timer to do, I got a line of credit. I wanted to read about that. I set a timer to, study that and a bunch of other stuff. And so I was like, whoa, it wasn't quick, but like, you realize how much you can actually get done in 5 minutes. And so I really want to use the skill to implement it in other areas of my life and also with real estate, and to really perfect that in 2026. And for me, I think God has blessed me with just a creative mindset, because I have so many ideas and I've written a lot of them down on my notes, and some of them I really want to, execute in 2026. So I really used the last 2 weeks of December 2025 to write down what worked for me last year, what I need to do this year, focus on like 1 or 2 things for this year and not the 10,000 things I was doing last year, because a few times I did get burnt out, I did get overwhelmed, and I was neglecting the other things that really mattered and that I really needed to focus on instead. But this year, I really want to change that and really hope to change that. And one example is like webinars. I really wanted to do one webinar a month last year. And then I just realized that, I don't know, there's a lot of things that I realized about the webinars, but now I'm like, wait, maybe webinar is not a good idea. There are things that I've been thinking about and really trying to focus on one thing this year. And I really want to bring back events. I really like hosting events, bringing people together. And I think that'd be a great way to also market, my business, my services, and also collab with 1 or 2 of my friends that are, they have a business, and just like that. Like I said, like I have a bunch of ideas. I can't remember a lot of them right now, but there are things that I want to do that I really hope to succeed this year, and I'm praying that it all goes well and that this year is better than last year. So if you're like me, throw away that vision board. You don't need it. If you're not implementing the steps, the habits, the goals, the little goals to get to the bigger goals, if you're not implementing those each day to get to that goal that you want, that might be on your vision board, throw it away, because you don't need it. You need to be more realistic, and you need to come up with steps on how you're actually going to accomplish that big goal. And then maybe we can talk about bringing back that vision board. But for now, we don't need it. We got to throw it out. Yeah, it's cute, but if you don't look at it, there's no point of it being in your room or being wherever you put it. But that's about it for me today. Let me know what your maybe new year resolutions are. Let me know what your goals are. Let me know if you need an accountability partner. I need one. Until next time, guys, let's keep building and let's have a way better year than we did in 2025. Stay tuned for more, and bye for now.